Caitlin Clark, let it be known, she does not like this Stephanie White offense, how these players in the WNBA don't even know where to move or how to move or where to cut. And that leads to a lot of her turnovers. And she also states how much she misses Lisa Bluder. And I think all of us Indiana Fever Caitlin Clark fans prefer if Lisa Bluder was the head coach of the Indiana.
Caitlin Clark didn't just dominate the scoreboard. She may have completely reinvented her game. Picture her breaking rookie records while seemingly critiquing her own team's offense, then joking about her former college coach stepping in like a real-life basketball fairy tale. Clark is creating headlines as big as a half-court buzzer beater, and the tension in the locker room might be even more dramatic than the game. The divide could be deeper than anyone realizes.
I mean, what's going on here? And I'm sorry, but if Stephanie White's supposed to be this all-world coach, you're not going to show up to a game against the Phoenix Mercury with DeWanna Bonner playing on the other side after what she did to the Indiana Fever franchise, and you show up there and somehow the team is lifeless? Sophie Cunningham coming back to Phoenix and the team is lifeless? That is the coach.
Caitlin Clark didn't enter the WNBA just to play it safe, passing here and there or sticking to the textbook. From her very first college season, Lisa Bluder essentially handed her the keys and said, "Go for it, just don't crash." And Clark didn't just handle it. She tore down the road, pushed the limits, and still made it all look spectacular, like a highlight reel come to life.
Thumbs up why I can't stand Stephanie White as a basketball coach for Caitlin Clark. Like, I don't think that Stephanie White is a bad coach. Like, don't get it twisted. She's not a bad coach at all. I just don't think she's the right coach for Caitlin Clark. So let's take a listen to this right here. This was on the podcast with Super 8.
But I think that's even been something like me and Steph have like always talk about when we go and watch film. And even like that New York game where like I played really, really well. Obviously scored a lot of points. I think I had 9 assists or 10 assists that game.
She was a rebound and assist off a 32-point triple-double. And like is the only reason her team's in the game.
You can imagine the shock when she arrives in the WNBA and has to adapt to Stephanie White's system, which, let's be honest, feels less like a basketball offense and more like an HOA meeting dictating what color your mailbox should be. Strict rules everywhere, but zero room for creativity.
My precious Cece, she was upset. She didn't say nothing, no smiling, walked off, not looking at no cameras. I'm talking about, you can tell it's all on her face. She got it in her mind. But look, I need y'all to understand. That was so embarrassing and pathetic, and the teamwork was not there. But I remember Jordan had got hurt his second year. He didn't come back until playoffs, and that playoff series was legendary. He scored 63 points in one game, but he still lost though.
Then comes the Liberty game. Caitlin is on fire. Not just warming up, not just heating up, full-blown inferno, like someone should call the fire department. Fourth quarter hits, and sure, she turns the ball over twice. Big deal. Michael Jordan did the same, and nobody told him to sit down. But with Clark, boom, she's benched like a kid in timeout.
The Stephanie White offense compared to what she was doing at Iowa when she took over the world. Let's take a look.
At the college, like it was very similar. Like all I would attack, like we're known to have like 5 shooters on the floor at all time. Like we played with really good floor spacing, and at Iowa it was the same way. Like 4 people were on the floor that could shoot at the same time. Then obviously we usually played with a true post, but they rarely missed too. Like Mon never missed. Like Hannah Stolke was tremendous when I was there too, and even our backup post players. Like I always think about like how Coach Bluder like ran practices and things, and like I'm very fortunate looking back and like now going to like watch other colleges practices and things like that. Like she really like was so intentional about like making sure everyone was on the same.
Meanwhile, other players are turning the ball over left and right like it's some kind of gift basket giveaway, and they're still getting playing time. Except for Tash and Mitchell. Apparently, they and Clark are the only ones allowed to actually play basketball without it feeling like a military drill.
In over 10 years, and Caitlin Clark has something to do with that, man. They was 8-5 with Caitlin. At the end of the day, no matter how many games they win, they lost more games without Caitlin Clark playing. Like, so everybody argument that Caitlin Clark is the Achilles heel, Caitlin Clark is this and that. Your argument is obsolete, bro. They will forever have that notion on there, that blemish on there. Now, if they would have won more games, lost less, then you might have had something.
Here's the issue. WNBA coaches like Stephanie White are so focused on don't make a mistake basketball that they forget the game is supposed to be entertaining. You can't win fans, or even some games, if your main strategy is just try not to embarrass yourself. That's not offense. That's negotiating with a shot clock. Lisa Bluder coached differently. She didn't panic if Caitlin made a risky pass or launched a wild shot. Bluder knew that high-risk plays are exactly what can pay off. You don't punish a player for a failed gamble. You double down, because the next one might be the game winner. But in White's system, Caitlin's vision is being stifled. She can see plays unfolding seconds before anyone else, a talent most veterans can only dream of. Yet instead of letting her run free, White keeps her boxed in, as if she might dribble straight into another dimension if given too much freedom.
Lost though, but at the end of the day, he fought, and you could tell that he missed being away from the game. So I can see my precious CC coming back doing her thing for the playoffs. I just want her to be 100% healthy at the end of the day. If Stephanie White gonna keep jeopardizing.
What's really missing in the WNBA right now is basketball IQ that drives the game instead of just reacting to it. Some college coaches have that in spades. Drop Lisa Bluder into the league tomorrow, and she could have a team scoring 110 points a night without breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, the current system is busy stifling creativity in favor of safe basketball, about as thrilling as watching paint dry in slow motion. Players hesitate to take risks because risks equal bench time. For Caitlin Clark, that means her creativity is suppressed and her confidence chipped away. Bring back the college-style freedom. Bring in coaches who understand that a risky play that could pay off is worth 10 safe ones that go nowhere. Bring back Lisa Bluder's energy to the WNBA. Then, maybe we'll finally see the kind of basketball that makes people stop scrolling and actually watch.
White, Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White remains fully confident in her team following Thursday's deflating loss. The veteran coach sent a clear message. It was a 35-point ass drubbing. It was deliverance and Ned Beatty. Anybody seen that? Squeal like a pig? Yeah. The Phoenix Mercury bleeped the shit out of the Indiana Fever lad.
Right now, the only thing more predictable than the offense is Caitlin Clark getting benched for daring to be exciting. And if that becomes the standard, don't be surprised when the league loses what it needs most: players who actually make fans want to watch. Let's also talk about the WNBA's obsession with veteran preference. Thought it was a meritocracy? Adorable. The reality is simple. If you've been around longer than a rookie, you can stumble, miss open layups, or even pass to the mascot, and still stay in the game. A rookie makes one flashy mistake while trying to make a play. Boom. They're on the bench.
Today, Stephanie White has a clear conundrum on her hands, and she needs to figure out a solution to this problem before it's too little, too late. When Caitlin Clark was out with injury, Natasha Howard played well. Natasha Howard played well enough that kept us afloat along with Ari McDonald, along with Kelsey Mitchell, but Natasha Howard wasn't nearly as much of a hinder to the offense with Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark thrived under Lisa Bluder because she had freedom to take risks, make mistakes, and create magic on the court. In Stephanie White's system, that spark is being stifled. Clark is benched for minor errors, and the offense moves like clockwork, predictable and lifeless. The league isn't buying safe basketball, it's buying moments that make fans stop and watch. Let Clark play like the star she is, with the green light to take chances, and the WNBA will benefit. Clip her wings, and the league risks turning a golden ticket into a receipt.